friends, welcome to English Study Point. Friends, in this video lecture, I am going to discuss with you about dime novels. So friends, let me tell you first about features of such kind of novels. These kind of novels first began in America during the late 19th century and trend of such kind of novels got ended in early 20th century. Now let me remind you about pulp fiction, in which I have already said you that when trend of such kind of novels, that is dime novels, started declining, so at that movement or at that period of time, pulp magazines acquired important space. So we can say that pulp magazines were successors to dime novels. Now also tell you about dime novels. These type of novels are often characterized as very cheap quality of novels that is available to American public in a very affordable prices, as because these type of novels are printed in a very low quality of paper. That is why prices of such novels are very cheap. And also these novels, with the introduction of such kind of novels, literacy rates in America kept on increasing, as because many people are able to afford such kind of novels. And such at that time, when there is introduction of such kind of novels, people started buying as many dime novels for the sake of their entertainment, as well as they find pleasure by reading such kind of novels during their leisure time. So these main features about these novels are, first of all, these type of novels are very cheap, which is available to American public in a very affordable prices. Any kind of class or any kind of people, especially working class people, are able to get access to such kind of novels. It became a very popular source for them to get themselves entertained as well as find pleasure during their leisure time, because these novels talk about so many interesting tales, adventurous tales about heroes as well as explorers, wanderers, Indian fighters, etc. And second important feature about these novels is that these novels are available in massive amount during that time, because there is introduction of printing technology, due to which there is massive production of such kind of novels in large amount. And also whenever there is excessive production, there is excessive consumption of these kind of novels in America, as because many American public are wanting these kind of novels to get themselves educated, as well as they find a sort of entertainment by reading such kind of novels. And third most important feature about dime novels is these type of novels are also characterized as lightweight novels, as because these novels are very easy to carry. And also when one reader started going to finish such kind of novels, they kept on distributing these kind of novels from one to the another person. In that sense, such kind of novels are easily distributed, as because they carry lightweight. Now let's discuss about this type of novel or features about these type of novels in a very elaborative way. So the dime novel is a form of late 19th and early 20th US popular fiction. So we can, by assuming these kind of novels such as dime novels, one can say that it is a kind of popular fiction which began in America during late 19th century and early 20th century. And such kind of novels issued in series. Series here means that these kind of novels distributed in series to American public one after another. And they are inexpensive paper bound editions, means that they are very cheap in prices, because of the amount of material or the quality of material we see in these kind of novels is very cheap. So here cheapness highlights that paper used in printing such kind of novels is very cheap, and those papers are extracted from cheap quality of wood pulp. That is why these novels are characterized very cheap novels. These novels are cheap novels, as because I have already said you that first of all, they are very cheap in prices, and quality of material that was used in printing such kind of novels during that time was very cheap. So papers used in printing such kind of novels is very cheap. Sold as popular entertainment in the 1800s. So this kind of novel became a sort of entertainment for massive amount of American public, and it was sold in America in the early 19th century. And now let's talk about which type of tales this novel tries to cover. So these type of novels covers tales about explorers. Explorers are wanderers who wanders from one place to another, and they explore as many places as they can. Also these novels cover tales about soldiers as well as detectives, also Indian fighters. Now you can see from here that or you can assume by seeing cover page of such kind of novels that only the by seeing the cover page we can assume that how much cheap these novels are. Now dime novels are cheap form of literature produced in the early 1800s. So we can also see that or characterize these kind of novels as cheap form of literature, and it was produced in the early 1800s. Creator of these novels was, please remember it, this is a very important point, that creator of such kind of novels was Erastus Beadle. He was a printer, and Beadle brothers published a first dime novel. So there is also important fact in these lines, and that fact is first dime novel was published by Beadle Brothers and that novel was Maliska, the Indian wife of white hunters, and it was published by popular writer for women's magazine, and his name was Anne Stephens. Please remember this. So publishing company name was Beadle Brothers, and it was really published by a popular writer who used to publish women's magazine. His name was Anne Stephens. Now, the most popular publisher was the firm of Beadle and Adams. So here there is also another main fact about dime novels, that main publisher of, or you can say main publishing company of such kind of novels is Beadle and Adams of New York City. It was a this firm was a popular publisher of such kind of novels, that is dime novels. Dime novel grew popular from 1860s. Please remember this, that during this time in 1860s and to the 1890s, during the time span of these two periods, there is popularity. Dime novels gained popularity when their popularity was eclipsed by pulp magazines featuring similar tales of adventure. So as I've already said you that gradually trend of such kind of novels started declining, and pulp magazines acquired space or importance over dime novels. So pulp magazines got important place when the trend of dime novels began to decline in America. And pulp magazines also feature similar tales which was already featured in dime novels. So dime novels as well as pulp magazines features tales of adventurous tales which tries to cover talk about soldiers, detectives, as well as Indian fighters. And these novels reinforce conventional values. So what are these conventional values? Values which adhere rules as well as regulations. Such type of values are called as conventional values. So these novels reinforce conventional values of the time, such as patriotism. So we find in tales of such kind of novels there is presence of patriotism, means great faith or loyalty towards one's own nation. As well as these kind of novels also showcase bravery and self-reliance, how one should be dependent on only on himself. So that is the meaning of self-reliance. As well as these novels talks about American nationalism. Now, dime novels became certainly popular in the 1860s. Yes, and this was the time when there during the years of the Civil War. So this was the time when Civil War was running. And now let's see the advantages of dime novels. So dime novels are characterized as cheap novels, due to which we find that there is increase in literacy, as because many people are able to afford such kind of novels and they are able to entertain themselves by reading such kind of novels. So also there is an ultimate increase in literacy, because as many people are reading such kind of tales for their entertainment, and by entertaining themselves they are also literating themselves. So with the introduction of such kind of novels, that is dime novels, there is also introduction of many type of genres such as pulp fiction as well as detective novels. So after when trend of such kind of novels began to decline, then other genres came over and they acquired space over such kind of novels. So pulp fiction as well as detective novels also started growing in massive amount when the trend of dime novels started getting decline. Now made the act of owning books more accessible to broader range of people. Like I have already said you that as many people, whether they are from rich class or poor class, they are able to afford reading such kind of novels. And in this way, these kind of novels are accessible to broader range of people, because people belonging from any type of class, they are able to afford because they are available in such cheap prices to American public. And also these novels are very simple in appearance, means cover page of such kind of novels as well as content covered in such kind of novels is very simple and easily understood to any kind of people, whether they are literate as well as non-literate. And also there is brightly illustrated cover. So we can see that in cover page of these kind of novels there is a bright illustration given also. And these are novels are very lightweight, as because these novels contain few pages, and in few pages tales are completed. So in few pages every type of tale is completed. So in this way this is a lightweight, also called as a lightweight novel, because first papers used in such kind printing such kind of novel is cheap, as well as amount of pages is also less in such kind of novels. That is why these novels are characterized as lightweight novels, and they are easy to carry and pass on from one to another. And there in these kind of novels we find no such kind of availability of mind games as well as psychoanalysis. People easily able to, we find mainly adventurous tales in such kind of novels. Through by reading such kind of novels, people are able to entertain themselves as well as inspire themselves, because in such kind of novels there is presence of themes of patriotism as well as how to be brave in life, how to be courageous, as well as how to be self-reliant. So such kind of tales are covered in these kind of novels, which also inspire readers reading these kind of novels. People easily able to entertain themselves in their leisure time. Yes, people are able to entertain themselves by reading such kind of novels, because not many interesting tales are covered in such kind of novels. Very adventurous tales are covered in such kind of novels, and find pleasure by reading such type of novels. So people also entertain themselves, and also whenever we find interesting tales present in any kind of novels, we also find pleasure as well as curiosity reading pages after the pages, whenever there is presence of any kind of interesting tales in any kind of novels. So here, people easily able to entertain themselves in their leisure time and find pleasure by reading such type of novels. This marks the ending of this video lecture.